wanna la la la. I wanna la. I wanna la la la. I wanna la. I wanna la la la.
Welcome back to the biggest episode of our series. This is episode number 10 of JSE SENS'd. And today I'm shooting this video while I'm also live on TikTok because it's the 10th episode. I'm celebrating this. Yeah, let's get right into it. If you know JSE SENS'd, you will know that this is where we make JSE Sense make sense so that our audience can make sense. So, as you might already know, our videos are not intended and must not be taken as financial advice. JSE Sens'd is strictly for commentary and informational purposes only. Financial advisors are trained professionals who actually consider your entire financial situation before giving you recommendations. So avoid taking financial advice from just content creators who don't know what your financial situation is like. This episode is not even enough to be considered as educational material because it's just the highlights of the announcements that were made by the JSE listed companies. We do, however, have educational material. You will find our WhatsApp number in the description box below. And if you're watching from TikTok, our WhatsApp number is on the bio. You can hit us up on WhatsApp to find out how you can register to take our classes. But JSE Sens'd, like I said, is just for commentary and informational purposes only. Now let's get right into it. The first company we are going to talk about is Spear, REIT Limited. Every time you see a company with REIT, that means it's a real estate investment trust. So it's a company that invests into real estate, right? You can invest into these companies because their portfolios have malls or industrial areas or residential real estate, but it's strictly in the real estate industry. So Spear is listed on JSE with the ticker symbol SEA, and it has released an announcement to say that one of their guys, an associate of a director, actually made dealings in their company shares. The name of the director is Christian Barnett, and if you can remember one of the previous episodes, I don't remember right now which one exactly it was. We spoke about Spear, and it was this same guy also making transactions in the company shares. So his name is Christian Barnett, and the company which he is acting on behalf of is CBJB. And you can tell that's his initials. So it sounds like his own company. He bought more shares into Spear. He bought about 10,000 shares, and he bought them around 10 rands and 20 cents each share, right? He spent a total of 102,000 rands to buy these shares. So since he didn't buy these shares in his own names, it's called an indirect beneficial. But I'm sure you know that by now because we always talk about this type of announcements. So Spear is currently trading around 10 rands and 11 cents per share. At the time of preparing for the video, it might have moved a little bit, and it has an all-time high of 11 rands and 50 cents, which it achieved in 2018. So it's not really so far off from its all-time high. And something else I can mention about real estate investment trusts is that they usually pay dividends 4 times a year. I think Spear pays them 2 times though. Some of them pays dividends 2 times, but some of them pays 4 times a year because most of the money that they make from those rentals is shared with their shareholders. So the second company we are going to talk about is Redefine Properties. It's still in the property space. Redefine is listed on the JSE with a ticker symbol RDF, and it has released a voluntary announcement because they are selling part of their properties called Rosebank Corner. If you've ever been to Rosebank in Joburg, they're selling that Rosebank Corner property. The announcement says that shareholders are advised that on the 17th of July, Redefine concluded a sale agreement for the disposal of Rosebank Corner. They're selling it to a company called Live Rosebank Proprietary Limited for 80 million rand. So usually when a company is selling part of their assets, they would declare special dividends because they will use that same money to pay their shareholders. But in this case, Redefine says the proceeds will actually be used to pay down some of their debt because, yeah, they have a lot of debt. So I don't know, maybe later in the year they'll come back and say they have declared a special dividend, because almost always, more often than not, when a company sells one of its assets, they also declare an extra dividend just to share that income that they just made with their shareholders. But in this particular case, they haven't said so yet. So Redefine has an all-time high of 12.50 rands per share, which it achieved in 2015. This is episode number 10. And if you've been following all these episodes, you can remember that every time we talk about all-time highs, most companies, especially on the JSE, they have achieved their all-time highs around 2015, during the Zuma era. Since this current president, a lot of companies have just been coming down. Like, I'm seeing this, it's reoccurring. A lot of companies achieved their all-time highs in 2015 and then they've just been coming down since then. It's currently trading around 4.77 rands from 12 rands per share. It's down about 62% from its all-time high. You can check in the previous episodes. Most companies that I also report their all-time highs, they've achieved it around 2014, 2015, even the next one that's coming. And with that being said, the third company we're going to talk about is Trencor Limited. Trencor Limited is listed on the JSE with a ticker symbol TRE, and they have released an announcement stating that they are going to actually liquidate the company. Trencor is going to be removed from the JSE. The announcement reads, shareholders are referred to the announcement that they published on 29 May in respect of the proposed delisting and winding up of Trencor and the declaration of a special dividend. So they're going to delist their company, but in the process, they're going to pay a special dividend. So I guess they're saying farewell, bye-bye. So the last day for you to trade in their shares in order to receive the special dividend is Tuesday, the 29th of July. And then the listing of Trencor shares will be suspended on the JSE trading system on the 30th of July. So yeah, I don't think it's even worth it, because their shares are going to be suspended, and after tax, their dividend is just going to be 72 cents per share. I think you can get better dividends somewhere else. And so the fourth company we're going to talk about is SuperGroup Limited. It's listed on the JSE with the ticker symbol SPG. We spoke about this one on one of the previous episodes as well. So SuperGroup came out with a notification of an acquisition of beneficial interest, meaning someone has bought shares into SuperGroup so huge that they have to let the takeover panel know, because this person is now going to be invited to the meetings that decide the company direction. And it's none other than PIC, the Public Investment Corporation that's owned by the government. It has bought, they don't say exactly how much it has bought, but they currently own about 21.2% of the entire SuperGroup company. So PIC is the biggest owner of South African companies, I could be wrong, but PIC owns just about any other company in South Africa you can think of, and it belongs to the government, but we still have to pay these high taxes. Anyway, SuperGroup has an all-time high of 156 per share, which it achieved in 2007. And it's currently trading around 17 rands per share. So yeah, that's a big drop. 60% in June alone. I don't know what happened, but something must have happened for it to drop so much in 1 month. You let me know what you think about SuperGroup in the comment section. This one is the SuperGroup in logistics, not the owner of Betway. The owner of Betway is also SuperGroup, but it's not listed on JSE. It's an American company. So this one is logistics. The fifth company we are going to talk about is AECI. AECI is listed on the JSE with the ticker symbol AFE. And it's an industrials company, and it's also operating in the mines. So I don't know if you know about AECI, but it's a competitor of a company we just spoke about in the previous class that I was recording this morning, Hudaco, ENX, etc. So they released an announcement, which is a disclosure of a disposal of beneficial interest. So the same company that just bought SuperGroup has actually sold some shares of AECI, PIC, Public Investment Corp. It has sold, I told you, they own so many companies, like, which makes you wonder, what are they doing with the dividends they get from these companies? And we still have to pay so much for taxes. We still have to pay so much for electricity. Inflation is, Zans. Public Investment Corp now holds about 19.7% of AECI after selling part of the stake they owned into the company. And AECI is currently trading around 99 rands per share, and it has an all-time high of 141 rands, which it achieved in 2015. Like I said, many companies achieved their own. 2015 seems to have been a very good year for South African companies. And then since then, since CR17, around those times, everything started dropping. So it seems like the South African economy was doing well under Zuma. I'm not a fan, I'm just saying, numbers don't lie. So the sixth and last company we are going to talk about, this is a special episode. I'm sure you can see the way I'm recording it. Plus I'm live on TikTok. And I'm going to talk about 6 companies, and we usually just do 5. I just went straight without cutting in between. This is a very special episode because it took a lot of courage, consistency, and hard work to just do this 10th episode in such a short space of time. It's not so long since we started the YouTube series. If you're watching from TikTok, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. The last company we are going to talk about is DATATEC Limited. DATATEC is in the data center industry. So you know how with the advancement of AI and SaaS, software as a service, there's a lot of companies that are operating from data centers, even like cloud operating companies like AWS and stuff. So DATATEC is one of South Africa's data center companies. It has released an announcement. It's a cash payment applicable to fractional entitlements in terms of scrip distribution. So they have declared dividends, but you can either choose to receive the money or to receive more shares instead of the money. If you're going to be receiving the money, they'll pay you 2 rands for every share of DATATEC that you have. But if you're going to be receiving shares, I think they also dropped their mathematics down here. If you're going to be receiving shares, they'll be giving you 3 shares for every 100 shares that you have into the company. So if you have less than 100 shares, you're going to get less than 3 shares. You're better off taking the 2 rands, which is still going to be less after tax. DATATEC is trading around 62 rand 84 cents per share, and it has an all-time high of 81 rands, which it achieved in 2015. So most South African companies that are listed on the JSE haven't printed an all-time high since 2015. That's 5 years ago. Is it 10 years ago? They haven't achieved an all-time high since. So yeah, it makes you wonder whether cereal has been good to our economy or not, because the numbers don't really think so. That's just about it with today's episode, the most special one, the most different one. It's a different surrounding, it's a different energy. I'm so excited. And it's the 10th one. I don't take that lightly. I know how much work I have to put in for myself to make these videos happen. So if you're watching, please subscribe, please comment, please like, please share. All that business, it really helps us. It goes a long way. It makes YouTube recommend this video to other people, and it also makes our channel look like other channels on YouTube, man. There's some growth that comes with likes, comments, and sharing and stuff. But then again, this is JSE Sens'd. This is where we make sense make sense, so you can make sense.
Owners of that label that you're wearing today, dude.
Fuck it, I know that I said it already. It's my fucking and I'll say it a many times. How many times have I wanted to say it but couldn't, cause I was busy fighting scammers. Busy for better phone, better camera, better known for being under the weather. Snapback, middle leather.